this is Okri, and you're watching LizMani.
Hello and thank you for joining me. This is your girl Elizabeth, aka LizMani. On today's show, I'm going to be hanging out with Okri. He's in the studio with me right now. We're gonna go ahead and get to know Okri.
Thank you for having me.
So tell me this, right? Your talent. Where is this talent coming from?
It came from above, really. Talent, for what we know, is something that we should consider to be a part of us that is embedded in us and from God. So even though my mother started from my mom is a wonderful singer.
Wow.
And she's 86 years old today, and I have my brothers singing as well, my younger ones, and I also have my kids singing. So
wow.
it's a journey that I started, really. I grew up with very strict parents who obviously would probably figure out that you must first go for your education, and that helped me. I mean, otherwise, my early days, I would drop out of school without them knowing, and I will follow the musicians, the likes of blessed memory, Sonny Okosun.
Yeah.
I'll be climbing trees to go watch them play, in some remote villages like the Obiaroko and the rest of them. I did that for a while, but I realized that school was important. I realized that education was a key, and I was able to follow through, make sure I was able to get myself educated. I figured out that, well, it was necessary to also follow my passion. So when I came to Lagos, I had to do backup for the likes of Venom, Mario Guy, Nigeria Go Survive. I did backup for the likes of Uche Betsu, Sonny Okosun, name them, so many others. And eventually, the last person I really worked for on a long term was OGHENEKEVWE.
In the late 80s and 90s, I'm pretty much sure you did some nice hit songs that really, made everything like wow. Yeah. So why all of a sudden you decided to go ahead and get away from that celebrity life or the thing,
Well, it's not like I left. It was necessary sometimes to just go on some form of sabbatical. Leave, or it was necessary to hibernate, because I'm always ahead of my time. I figure out that most of the music I seem to have rendered, where music even up to now resonates among this generation. We can say that it only takes the original artist and musician to last longer. And that's one of the key things I'm imploring our young musicians to emulate. And to be original doesn't mean that you shouldn't adopt different styles. You can adopt different styles, but create that part of you that makes you stand out.
To get closer and closer to him. As a fan, you really want to know what's going on in the family, right? All right, so let me ask you, can you please introduce your family to me?
I'm a guy with 5 kids.
Wow.
5 boys, grown.
Wow.
And 4 in the university. And one just well, not really a toddler. He is 10 years old today.
Wow.
And that's just my little boy. Wow. And I have a young lady too that I adopted. So she's 24, and basically, so let me say I have 6 kids.
Wow. So you adopted her from here, or?
No, I adopted her. She's my father's daughter.
Oh, okay.
But she's one that lost her mom when she was just 2 weeks old. We just delivered her, and then the mom passed on. I have a beautiful wife.
I was about to ask. When are you going to talk about it?
It has been all along with me, because a lot of people think, oh, man, are you sure she's the same lady that gave birth to all the boys? I said yes. And not only that, she is like a mother to me, too, because she's played the role of a mother, wife, and everything.
That's nice.
And I know how it is with family. Having been away for a long time, can be, I've seen marriages go apart, I've seen situations really go sore, but we've been very close-knitted as a family, and we try to talk and pray. We ask God to, you know, we've had our low moments, especially when Daddy isn't there. But to tell you the truth, I'm very close to my family.
So because, you know, I like what you said, because nowadays when we see people, it doesn't matter, you don't have to be artists, but as long as you're a celebrity, somebody out there, it's very hard to keep a family based on, you know, there's no understanding there, you know, oh, are you cheating on me or are you not cheating on me kind of thing.
It's tough. Nobody's a saint as far as we, the guys, are. I mean, I wouldn't say that about the ladies, the women. The women can be quite, they're more honest, and if they want to be, and if they think there's some love in the first place when it got started. But it's we, the guys, that spoil the whole thing. We just, you know, honestly, I mean, so if you value what you have, then you want to take it a step further by holding on to it, because if you lose it, that's it.
That's it, yeah.
And so in most cases, show business is one of the most difficult business to maintain a family, because you're everywhere, and there are times you can be so lonely. And there are times that you can be so depressed, and then if your so-called wife is underscoring or not doing what she's supposed to do, then someone else is going to do it for her. And that's how, yes, that's true. I mean, I said I'm not going to pity party. I'm going to say it as it is. You know. So, and that's why when we begin to have all this kind of well, people have mistresses and or have, you know, situations with their marriages, or marriages finally give way and so forth. But the honest truth is, even with that, it's a matter of how do you want to go with your relationship. It has to be the guy coming to terms with the difficulties and saying, I'm not going to let these difficulties put me down.
Right.
I still love my wife, or I love my husband, and I want to be there for them.
Right.
Then one of the key reasons that has to make that possible is, you know, sometimes we get things muddled up, and when we get it muddled up, it can really be very nasty. And what I mean by that is, let's say, for instance, when an artist or musician has come of age, then whoever is the wife must start thinking like that guy. And the same thing goes for women. Because you know, so you have to be able to say, you know what, it's either you want to come into the business and help take the business to another level. Not that you want to come into the business and drive all his good friends away and bury him alive. That's, you know, so that won't work. So it's a matter of what choice you want to make.
Right.
And if you see the nasty signals, you better make your move. Cry out.
Right.
So for help. Don't try to say like, oh, I'm okay while you're dying inside.
Yeah. I like that. I really like that. It's a good. I mean, family is very important. It shows, you know, your success. It shows where you're coming from, what family you're coming out from. So tell me, I really want to get down to know about your current plans right now. That's very important.
Oh well, I have a 14-track album. I consider it to be a rebirth of my Okri. I mean, of course, it's a gospel, and the reason I said so is because I went through a lot. I've been in America the past 10 years, and sometimes I look at it from the spiritual perspective. It's a healthy 10 years, and if you look at it on the flip side, from just the layman's point of view, say it could be that you've gone through hell and back. People think I'm crazy, that I made the wrongest decisions for having to come to the U.S. when everybody needs me in Nigeria, needs me elsewhere. But like I said, when you have a passion for something good, you want to really go to where it has value, even though you probably you probably go through hell before you go to the next level.
Right, because if it's too easy, then
exactly.
Right.
In my case, I figured it out that, of course, America wasn't going to be easy for me. And at the age I came to, I know that, but I still believe that age or no age, if you have your originality, if you're good at what you do, you don't let nobody bring you down, it will get better. So the album itself is to really appreciate God for my life and the life of many loved ones. And these loved ones cut across, not just my nuclear family, I'm talking my extended family and good friends and fans worldwide that seem to have appreciated my music.
Okay, so now that you're coming out, fully with full force, and you don't want to miss that, and tell me, it's gospel, right? So are we still gonna get that OMOGE thingy going on again?
Well, I could say that yes, it's going to come, but and it's going to come big. The Rebirth album, it's my spiritual side. The gospel album is my spiritual side, and the next that is going to come is going to be spiritual, political, name it, but it's going to be more inspirational. Like this gospel is as inspirational as it gets, and to educate people to be closer to God, to be loving, caring, and faithful to God. And because you're faithful to God, you're faithful to yourself, you're faithful to your spouse, you're faithful to your brother, sisters, and loved ones. And that's the way to look at it. And be honest to God to say, this is how I want to be. Like what government is doing in Nigeria, thank God we're improving. Good luck is doing something good. But we have to be able to speak out for the masses that can't speak for themselves. So many stuff are going out there. I'm not going to be the one to change it overnight, but with one song, that can make a huge difference.
So this album, where do you intend to take this album to? What level are we looking at?
Well, Okri is here to stay, and whatever Okri brings out shall be global. It's a global thing. I'm not trying to do, oh, this is gospel, let me, pat it in the back and just push it across to those who are Christians. That's not what I intend to do. I intend to give it, it's a potpourri.
Now, before I go ahead with some other few questions that I just have, I just want you talk about this album so good that I can't even wait to hear it, and I would like you to honor on LizMani show, at least to give us a little freestyle, if you don't mind.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry I put you on the spot.
Well, I don't know if I say my word. Okay. Jesus is the one that gave me life, and I am so proud of what is done. For Jesus is the love that I got. Jesus is the love that cometh from within. Jesus is the love that cometh from within. He is the love. He is the love that came from within. He is the love. Gotcha.
Wow. Now tell me you're not gonna buy that track. No, just tell me. So who are you? Who is the producer you're working with? Are you your own producer or?
Well, I'm so gifted. I'll take that to say that I recognize other talents, and I produced the album, but in conjunction with a young dude. He's known as Tumi. Tuminino Taiwo. He's a wonderful young up-and-coming producer. So it's a teamwork of both of us.
Oh wow! I just can't wait for this album, and I would really love to see that tour. Like it has to be a crazy tour.
I'm also trying. I'm going to be launching my website because I'm going to be in Canada shooting my videos, and as soon as I'm done, I'll be going to Nigeria first to release the album, and then everything will piggyback this way. So there's going to be a whole lot of management involved. I have people who we're talking to about management, because Michael Okri won't be doing things himself. So things got to change.
Right,
and so I'll have a band. I'll float a band here and float a band in Africa, which means whenever I'm in Africa, there's a band ready, and whenever I'm here, there's a band.
So pretty much the date for this launching of this album is pretty much soon, or?
Very soon. After that, all the buzz there, then I'll come here and start talking with those who wants to have the album in places like Walmart, Best Buy, at Target, and the rest of them.
You know, when I'm shopping at Walmart, you know, so we find out. So tell me, before we actually release him, because he has been so wonderful today on this show. Fans, I know you're out there. You're like, why are you not saying hi to me? So, but let me just ask you. It's very important. Who are the people behind Michael Okri? We know God is behind you, but who are the people that God is using that are behind this success?
Oh, well, so many that I don't know. I don't know where to start, but I'll first and foremost start with my family, of course, they're standing right behind me. And any man that they said if you cannot provide for your family, you're worse than an infidel, and I don't want to be. So they stand, my kids, my wife, my brothers and sisters, my siblings, and then come to think of it, my entire friends, my fans and everybody. In respect of this album, there are families who took themselves, who separated themselves and said, look, Mike, we just have to put you back there. So Mike didn't do it alone. And even though those families might want to sound anonymous at this point, maybe in future I'll introduce them. But a lot of my fan base have increased ever since I joined Facebook 2 years ago. Some people I haven't spoken to in 20 years just said, oh my God, at last, and which is a good thing. So the medium of reaching out is easy now, and thank God for that. So I am willing to really be out there for all my fans. Okay,
that's good. Now, if you can just say hi to your fans for me, and also while doing that, I would really like you to encourage somebody out there who has been a one-hit wonder. You know, maybe you got something going on, whatever you do, singing, art, whatever you do, but now you're just laying back because you don't feel like you can get up again. Yeah, I think you should kind of help me encourage them.
Okay, you just had LizMani, and she just said it all. But if you want to hear from me, I'll need you to know that education is key. And much as you have an education as a backup, you must understand whatever you do, whether you're an actor or a producer or an artist, musician, whatever you do, do it passionately. Do it with a first love that comes out of your heart. Eliminate any kind of negativity, you know, or whatever. If you see your brother, your sister doing the right thing, try to back them up to do the right thing. And if you see them doing the wrong thing, let them know they're doing the wrong thing. I'll let you know that talent is key. You have talent, you can go places, but you must consider that you don't want to sound like your next door neighbor. You want to be original, so be original. If you have to be your own producer, director, what have you, you'll be like the one guy that is a master of all. And I mean, how do you put that proverb that says that you're trying to be the master and yet you're achieving nothing being the master of all? And so, but if you recognize other talents and work with them and do things like collaboration, you go places.
Right, and I really appreciate telling them that. Now, also, before we go ahead and close this, go ahead and Google Mike Okri. He said he's going to be coming out with a website, and the only way to know when that website is going to come out is by following him on Facebook. So just go ahead and put his name on Facebook, Mike Okri, and you send him a request, even though he has, you know, exceeded his limit.
Go to my fan page. You join me again. You can go to my fan page. Yes.
That way you can actually keep in touch with him, send him messages and things like that. And we really appreciate your presence.
Thank you.
Thank you very. Hopefully after the launching and things, you know, up there already in Nigeria, just, you know, hopefully we can have you back and you can give us
that would be a different level, and I assure you, You will not regret it.
Thank you very much. We do thank you. Thank you,
Thank you
viewers,
for having me.
choosing to watch LizMani show. On the next time we see you. Take care.